What's up, gamers? Welcome in. Today I want to talk to you about stat priority, specifically for a Frost Mage here, Frost Sorcerer type build. The build I'm currently working with is a Shatter Explosion type thing, and I'll kind of give you guys a little insight onto what exactly I got going on here. So we're working with the Shatter Key passive, which is something somewhat new to me. I mostly ran Avalanche up to this point about till level 70, and I started switching some things up. But so Shatter Key, more or less, the way this build works is as long as we freeze something, it explodes and it explodes everything else, and everything just dies, and it's epic. But so just a quick overview of what I've got here. We've got the Shatter Key passive on the weapon. We've also got the Ice Heart Sacred Unique Pants that when enemies are frozen, they have 18% chance to unleash a Frost Nova. So we've got Frost Novas exploding from exploding people. And then we've also got the helmet with the lucky hit chance. Crowd control has a chance to pretty much spread a Frost Nova to another close person. So rather than focusing mainly on ice shards, I'm really focusing heavy on just freezing and frost nova explosions and stuff like that. So what I want to talk about is, what do you guys personally think about what the best stat is to go with here? Because obviously there is so many different things that we could roll with here. Vulnerable damage, I would have to say, is probably up there. Overpower damage, I don't technically overpower damage much of anything, so this 234% I have mainly from willpower, as well as the 109% that rolled on the staff, I feel like would have been a lot better off if it ended up being vulnerable damage instead of overpower damage, so I'm gonna have to look for that. But more or less, anytime we freeze anything, it becomes vulnerable, so that'll allow us to ice shard it down and make it explode a little faster. And the way that the key passive thing works is pretty much any damage you do to a frozen target explodes for that amount of damage everywhere else. So if you freeze a pack and you can burn an elite down, that the damage you did to that elite will explode to everybody else. So pretty awesome. Now this is where it gets a little weird, right? Damage versus crowd controlled, damage versus slowed, or damage versus frozen. Now, I really want you guys' input, especially if you're playing any sort of a Frost Sorcerer build. Let me know what you think in the comments as far as what you believe to be the main stat priority outside of probably vulnerable damage. Once again, I really don't think that overpower has much to do with the way that I have this build set up right now. And like I said, it's not mainly focused on ice shards. It's a lot more focused on freezing things with frost nova and blizzard. But yeah, I really want to see what you guys' thoughts are on this. Damage versus frozen is probably something that needs to be like 200 or 300%. That would be absolutely epic. I believe I'm going to start looking for pieces of gear that has damage versus frozen, but as most of you guys know, I mean, it's a pretty pain in the butt to find things that you absolutely need. I think I sold probably 500 yellows today and didn't see anything worth having, so very unfortunate. Also, for some reason in Torment, you would think the drop rate for legendaries and uniques would be really, a lot higher than the world tier 3, but honestly, I have seen almost no legendary drops from world tier 4 here. Pretty crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna go show you guys what this build does real quick, and then yeah, hopefully leave it up to you guys to drop some stuff in the comments and discuss hopefully what will be the ultimate end game for us Frost Sorcerers, because there's really not a whole lot out there on the internet about it right now. So let's combine everybody's brain power, work together, and try and come up with some really cool, really viable things. So let's get into it. All right, so just for the sake of showing you guys exactly what my build is, froze up there a little bit, we'll come over here and I'll show you guys what I mean by explosions. All right, so try and get some people frozen around me here. So I usually use blizzard to freeze, and I'll save frost nova, but as you can see, everything just explodes. And then also the ice shard, random ricochet thing helps a lot as well. This is kind of an uneventful example. I pretty much can just stand here and everything just eventually starts exploding. A big downside of this build that I've seen is survivability. I don't have a lot of survivability. I die fairly often, especially in Torment 4 here. I'm actually doing a terrible job at this event. It's a really bad example of what I was trying to show you guys. All right, let's try and see if we can't show off this build a little bit here. Show you guys that I really think that Frost is probably going to end up being, or damage to frozen enemies is probably going to end up being the main stat for this. From what I can see, I mean, you can see just blizzarding on everything. They just explode. We can throw in an ice shard just to finish off the bad guys. Let me see if I can find this body real quick. Find the corpse. Where's the corpse? All right, here's another explosion. As long as I can freeze everything, it just pretty much just dies. I like to just blizzard and run around and try and stay alive pretty much. My only goal. Now, what I have noticed is I'm trying out the passive ice orb just to see what it does. It doesn't seem like it procs very often, so it kind of might be a wasted thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and switch that back to fireball. It didn't seem like fireball did a whole lot for us, but here we go. Watch, I'll just freeze them and they just all explode. Pretty awesome. But I really think, like, for higher tier torment dungeons and stuff, that we're gonna have to have some survivability and then a lot more damage to frozen enemies, I think. Especially since I only have 20% increased damage to frozen enemies. I think damage to frozen enemies coupled with vulnerable damage is probably going to be the best stat for us sorcerers, honestly. All right, let's try and see if we can go into this cellar real quick, and I'll show you hopefully a little bit better example. Yeah, see, they frost nova, everybody just like gets frost nova. And also single target, just like boss fights and stuff like that. That's a lot of the place where this build kind of lacks. We'll just see how fast we can murk these guys by doing nothing but blizzarding them. Yeah, see, they all just kind of die. Pretty epic. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments as far as the stat priorities you think we should be pushing for in-game. I think frozen damage and vulnerable damage is going to be absolutely insane. Because right now, I don't know what I'm actually hitting for when these things explode. I mean, there's really no way for me to even tell, because everything just, I mean, there's just so many numbers. But as you can see, just blizzard alone absolutely wrecks things. So I don't know, I might go back to avalanche with blizzard, because, you know, the potential for more damage and stuff is there big time. But I just kind of stand back, and if I get an elite on me, just freeze them and nuke them. Try not to die from stupid stuff. All right, man. Hopefully, you know, you guys can help me out with this and we can help out each other. But thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more Diablo stuff. And I will see you on the next video.